we had simpler processes pa. Like, I remember in the early days of the BPO, during my time ha,
BPO
kasi I
Birthday
entered the
Podcast
BPO
presents.
industry 2003. Okay? The processes back then were just really straightforward, like handling basic customer service calls lang and performing basic data entry task.
Naman
Rachel.
naririnig ko ha, bongga diyan, tapos yung pasahod. Kaya lang siyempre mataas yung standards nga daw. Well, it
Correct.
makes
Mataas,
sense kasi
BPO
IT
Birthday
consulting
Podcast
sila to
presents
begin with, right?
Hot
correct. Mataas nga ang pasahod dyan at medyo, ano siya, parang if nakapasok, ang ano ngayon parang ang image or reputation ngayon if nakapasok ka sa Accenture or if you are an Accenture employee, ay talo, wow, ganun yung
Oh,
ganun yung initial reaction ng mga tao, hindi
ka-red
ba? May
carpet.
disruptive
BPO Birthday
innovations
Podcast
such
presents
as AI-powered chatbots. These are actually reshaping customer service delivery. When we say disruptive innovation, instead of them being able to help out and being able to
The BPO Podcast.
Now, let's talk about compensation and benefits. Ano bang pinagkaiba noon at ngayon?
sa swelduhan, sa bigayan
Mm.
before.
Oo.
Bigayan, mas malaking bigayan ngayon.
Mas malaki, hindi lang galing sa value ng money talaga ha, or ng
It
currency
has
natin.
something to do with that, as I guess, because before kasi is again wala pang competition. I mean, less ang competition, right?
Mm.
Tatlo or apat or limang BPO companies lang naman ang naglaban-laban before, right? And again, the law of supply and demand, right? I started 11K ang aking monthly salary noon before. 11K.
Talaga?
Ang take home ko noon would be siguro mataas na yung mataas na yung 5. Siguro mga 4 or 5K every 15/30th.
And this
Imagine.
is, city rate, hindi siya provincial.
Pasig to Ortigas to Ortigas.
Oh, really?
Mm. Yeah. That's my first ever BPO company. And then when I moved to Convergys, sabi ako, Convergys, ako, laking company ito, baka mataas sweldo nito, right? Ang sweldo ko noon was 13,750 pesos.
Iba bongga nga.
Nung na-regular naman ako, sinaasan din naman ng Convergys, naging 15,000. So, ang entry level before, siguro 15,000. There are other companies that are paying less before, not just 15. So, when you get to Convergys, malaki na, right? And then siguro a few years later, yung ibang company has again 15 rate pa rin ang offer namin sa Convergys and this is already I'm already on my 9 or 10th years with Convergys and we're still offering the same 15K sa mga agents while other companies are already paying 30,000 for that same position, same program, right?
Yay. But have you tried Accenture before?
Hindi.
Hindi talaga.
Hindi.
Hindi ka
During that
nag-interest?
time, I kind of got interested. I think this was the time nasa Convergys pa ako nito. And then Accenture became the talk of the town. And then a lot of my friends then in the office are moving to Accenture. And medyo during that time kasi nasa peak ako ng career ko at Convergys. So I'd rather be in my comfort zone. Yung pa yung mentality ko before. I'd rather be in my comfort zone than start over. Yeah. Pero ngayon, yung mga yung mga ang dami namang ngayon, ang dami ng I would have to say that yes, I am correct and I agree with myself na mas malaki ang bigayan ngayon. Kasi ang dami ng mga benefits eh. Before kasi basic salary, night differential, hazard pay, clothing allowance, yun lang. Ngayon ano pa? Basic salary, hazard pay, night differential, clothing allowance, food allowance, transportation allowance,
Hazard pay.
internet allowance. Internet allowance. Ano pa ba? Electricity allowance, mga ganun, right? Because again, we already have hybrid and work from home. Yung mga ganong klaseng mga benefits ngayon is mas malaki na rin. And mas malaki na rin talaga yung bigay ngayon dahil kasi I remember nung naging TL ako sa Convergys, no? Ang starting salary doon ng TL was 30K lang. Magkano ang sweldo mo ngayon, Day? Mas malaki, hindi ba? Oo. Mas malaki ngayon. Yung 30K before. Ngayon, mga TLs talagang may nabang TL na 6 digits hindi ba? So, mas malaki pa rin talaga.
Oo,
Mas
pero
malaki
yung
na ngayon.
recent experience ko nga nalalakihan ako dun kasi to think na nasa province ako, 'di ba?
Mm.
Province pa 'to, 'di ba? And then from before comparing na nagwo-work ako sa ibang industry, big jump na din siya para sa entry level kasi this is, the first time that I've transitioned to this type of industry. So for
Correct.
me, malaki na din siya. Imagine yung parang 22 to 25, that's big na ha.
As
Kung mas
TL?
malaki, edi better. Hindi, agent ako nun.
Ay, dyan. Okay. Yeah, malaki na yung 20 talaga as agent before. Oo, malaki na yun.
Oo. May HMO ka na, 'di ba?
Yun nga, may HMO pa. Correct.
Pero noon pala, wait, noon may HMO ba?
Baka oo naman, Day, ano 'to?
Hindi, kasi baka
Sakit
mamaya
mo,
lengthy na lang
gamutin
yan.
mo sarili mo. May HMO na before. Mas
Talaga?
lumaki lang yung ano ngayon, yung coverage
Coverage.
ngayon.
Okay.
And
But are those the same HMOs naman like MaxiCare, IntelliCare?
sila pa rin naman, sila pa rin.
Talaga?
I started with MaxiCare, and then we transitioned
Oh.
to IntelliCare, and up to now, yung mga companies is parang mas known pa rin ang IntelliCare. Mas naging known and mas widely used ang IntelliCare. Pero yeah,
Pero ngayon sa
MaxiCare.
amin dati PhilCare.
May PhilCare din. PhilCare din ako. Sa ibang
Sabi ko, ano
company.
yun? Sabi ko, hindi ba MaxiCare tsaka IntelliCare? Hindi, PhilCare, wag kang pala desisyon.
Ang PhilCare kasi is a subsidy ng Philam Life.
Oh, okay.
Hence
Kaya pala.
PhilCare.
But what about career growth? Kasi we used to talk about this, Jay, no? Kasi yun nga yung purpose din ng episode na to is to broaden the minds of the people what they think about BPO. Kasi madalas talaga stereotype, number one, kapag nagtatrabaho sa BPO, agent to. But little did they know that there's a lot of career opportunities in the BPO world. Diba? Hindi lang naman agent. Sino nagmamanage sa kanila?
Si Lord.
Diba? Si Lord. Diba? So, anong pinagkaiba? Like then, ano yung mga career growth noon? Anong ganap?
Career growth noon, well, before we move, since we're talking about growth, the training and developmental plans before are stringent and are really, really good. We had
Really
the
good?
best, yes, we had the best developmental plans and training for our people before compared to what we have now. The reason behind that is because um, the roles are really definitive. The career path was just really agent, SME, TL, STL, assistant manager, operation, ganun lang, linear siya. Right? So in short, ang aming training plan and developmental plans are just really set towards that path. And we are able to master how to create the developmental plan towards that linear career path. Right? And another reason why I could say that the training plan and developmental plans before was exponentially better than what we have now is because we had the best people who knew what they're doing in the industry, and they're the ones who mentored us before. And we do not just consider their scorecard to train people. We take into consideration. Imagine this. Before meron akong project before, I call that ADP, or Agent Development Program. So ang agent development programs, ang aim niyan is to train high potential agents to become TLs. Yon. So ang qualifications para mapasok ka sa ADP ko ay hindi lang scorecard. You will also go through behavioral test, and interviews. So, ibig sabihin, even if mataas ang scorecard mo, if bumagsak ka sa interview and behavioral interviews rather, I will not train you. Ibig sabihin, not because wala ka ng pag-asa mo, but because what your behavior now is not yet fit to be a leader. Yun.
Parang mas mahigpit pala, no?
Yes, mas mahigpit before. Talagang nadaan ka sa butas ng karayom. Talaga.
Oh, literal. But what
Correct.
about now? Kasi hindi naman ako umabot sa ganyang extent nung nag-BPO ko kasi nga 'di ba very short lang naman yung naging experience ko at that time.
You tell me
So,
kasi you tell me, okay, because nag-start ka as agent ano lang, very recently, hindi
sabagay.
ba? Tapos naging
Mm.
TL ka. So, was it difficult ba? How was the experience?
Well, it was difficult. But I'm not a believer. Period.
Ano? Akala ko
Well, I'm
nakasunod
not a
yan.
believer of hindi naman sa hindi believer, pero hindi ako fond of fake it till you make it. Pero if I decided that I want this, should I call myself as goal-oriented? Kasi kapag gusto ko talagang pagpupursigihan ko yan. So, kinapalan ko yung mukha ko. Sabi ko, what I did was I told my boss na, hey, do you have time after the meeting? Kasi in-announce na hiring nga internal team lead. And then sabi ko, I think this is my time. Sabi kong ganun. I forgot the other exact words that I've said, pero sabi ko sa kanya, I can see myself leading people because I really have this personality of just purely helping them in a way na sharing my knowledge and all. And during that time kasi, 'di ba, we have this parang group channel na parang magtatanong dun yung mga new hires and then ako sumasagot-sagot ako. I would tend to share my knowledge talaga. Ayoko siyang sarilihin, lalo na kung kaya ko naman tulungan. And most of the time kapagka gano'n, support lang ang nag-a-answer pero nagha-hop in talaga ako kasi I always have this thinking na ang hirap 'no, kailangan tumulong ka kasi dun ka din naman nanggaling. Gusto kong iparating during that time of the meeting na diniretso ko yung boss ko, "I-try mo ko and you'll see." Sabi kong gano'n.
Ginowa ka, no? Ito yung pala yung try, no? Charot.
Wag naman po.
Tapos?
But what he told me, my boss, is that sabi niya, "You know what? I don't want you to feel discouraged kasi to be honest with you, pumasa ka naman. Is that stay put ka lang diyan. We have plans." Sabi niyang gano'n. The moment na kailanganin ng team lead, ikaw na agad ang papasok. Sabi niyang gano'n. So sabi ko, pumasa ako. It's just that kumbaga, tinimbang na lang muna nila kung sino yung mas may experience, 'di ba? And ayun, pero sabi nila, regardless of the experience, pumasa naman daw ako. So, at least doon, na-happy na din naman ako. And then, hindi din naman ako nabigo. Kasi parang after a month or 2, ayun. Sabi, time to shine. Pasok.
After 2 months pa yung ano mo.
But I don't know na it was an easy path pala compared to before. Diba?
It was, yeah. Yung story mo on what you went through, it's fairly easier compared to what we had to go through before. Although we also went through the same hiring process, but the preparation that we had to go through before that was really difficult and challenging talaga. Parang mas salang-sala talaga yung karapat-dapat na malagay sa posisyon na yun. Because you haven't been exposed to different to different situations or environments wherein your leadership competencies are gonna be tested.
Yeah, that tells it. Na-curious ako, sorry, I had to ask ka. Kasi na-curious ako kasi nabanggit mo yung mga level na talagang pinagdadaanan nila. But what is your personal experience pagdating sa career growth?
Yung I started, ang unang-una nung agent pa lang ako, ang aking pangarap ay maging TL. So what I did was really spend after shift. Kasi yung TL ko back then, ang nag-stay pa after shift, gumagawa ng kanyang mga admin tasks, right? Because the entire shift, the entire night, she was coaching, she was doing floor walking, blah blah blah, right? And then the only time that she had to do her admin stuff is after shift. So I would, stay behind and stay with her while, nakikipagkwentuhan ako sa kanya, and then inoobserbahan ko siya ng ginagawa niya, nakikinig ng calls, nag-audit ng calls, and nag-edit ng time punches and all that. And then I began asking more questions, or more questions about what she does. And then the time comes wherein I ask her, "Can I do that for you?" Ako nagagawa niyan. 'Yon. At siya, so nasa TL station siya nakaupo, and then ako sa kabilang TL station nakaupo. So ako yung gagawa ng trabaho niya. Parang hati kami. Parang gano'n. So do'n
Mm.
nag-start 'yon. So meaning to say, nag-o-OJT ako no'n sa kanya before, right?
Okay.
Yeah, oo. Before I even And then she asked me, "Ba't mo 'to ginagawa? Why are you helping me?" Sabi ko, "Type kita, eh." Charot. Ang sabi ko no'n was, I wanted to become a TL. I wanted to be like, wala pang opening ng TL na 'to, ha. Wala pang, no one knew when a TL opening will be published. And
Okay.
no one knew as well anong program magkakaroon ng TL opening. Okay, I was
Mm.
just in there. I was just doing this OJT thing after shift just because I really wanted to learn how to be a TL. Right. And then after that, ang ginawa ng ni Winnie noon is parang tatlo kami, eh. Ako, si Apple, tsaka si Ace. I miss you so much, guys. Ako, si Apple, tsaka si Ace. Kami yung mga high potential agents ni Winnie. At saka si ML pala, but ML is really an amazing, she has a huge brain. But kaming tatlo, or apat yata kami nun, magkabarkada kami nun. Kami mga high potential agents, right? I'm not saying this because barkada kami ng TL namin, ha. We were chosen because we were really talagang matataas ang potential namin, ha.
Oo, oo.
And then, ang ginawa ni Winnie Chan is, hinati niya yung team niya into 4. So ngayon, meron
Okay.
kaming mga mini teams.
Mini
Mini
teams. Ilan
mini
yun?
teams, yeah. Ako I had, so mini teams na yun. So 15 kami. So yung minus the 4 of us, so 11 agents divided by 4.
No. Eh di
So may
parang 1 to 2 agents, ganun.
3 agents, 3, 3, 3,
Okay.
3, 2. Ganon, ang hatian.
Mm.
So ngayon, every group, ang 4 na groups na yon, may mini TL. Ako yung isa doon. Ganon yung training ground sa amin before you even call
Oh.
yourself. Pero walang change ng pay yun, ha. It's just really an
Ay,
initiative. It's just an
okay.
initiative of Winnie to really hone and train new leaders. Gagawin kita
Oo.
kasi again, you cannot be before you cannot learn how to become a TL by just simply reading a book. You need to be exposed to these activities and to experiences on what a TL does talaga. And her way of exposing us is to come up with mini teams. At may mga mini
Mm.
TLs yun. Even though I stand 6 foot, mini TL ako nun before muna.
Nandiyan ka na talaga,
Ayun.
Jay.
Ayun, and then nagkaroon ng opening ng TL sa ibang program nga lang. Hindi talaga knowledge ang basihan for you to get promoted. Imagine.
Talaga?
Yes, because ang program ko noon was DirecTV. Agent ako sa DirecTV. Okay? Ang program na merong open na TL is AT&T.
Hmm.
So now, gusto ko maging TL sa AT&T. Wala akong alam sa AT&T, pero I got promoted. Out of
Why?
11 applicants, ako yung lang natanggap. And
Talaga?
the other 9 applicants are from AT&T na, ha.
Oo
Tatlo
nga.
kaming galing DirecTV, oo. Ang requirements before ay no tardiness, no absences, no NTE at scorecard, plus nag-OJT ako, naging mini TL ako. I think
Mm.
for 2 years yata yun before I even get to apply to a TL position. Gano'n.
Matagal-tagal din pala yung mini TL, no? So, during that,
Mm.
talaga, time, hindi, let's say, yung 2 to 3 agent na hinawakan mo noon, hindi sila yung same agent na una
Naging team
mong
ko. Hindi.
na-handle.
Iba, iba. Totally new
Okay.
talaga.
Hmm.
Gano'n.
Interesting. Grabe, no? And for sure, apart from the career growth, meron ding difference yung sa global competition from then and now, right?
Mm.
What can you
Yeah,
say about it, Jay?
ang global competition, I think we were able to touch base on this kanina eh. Ang ano eh, sobrang before kasi the Philippines was the only emerging um, key BPO hub facing little global competition. Tayo
Mm.
lang Pilipinas, tayo lang Pilipinas lang and ang go-to BPO hub. Okay? I have to make it clear na hindi lang Pilipinas ang may BPO before ha. Okay, in Southeast Asia may marami na rin naman, right? But Philippines was the go-to hub when Westerners are wanting to outsource their business in Asia. Filipinas 'yon.
Mm.
Pero ngayon
Philippines
kasi
lang.
ang dami na, oo. Ngayon kasi we already have well, India has been our competitor ano because
Mm.
sobrang cheap ng labor nila. But right now, ang nag-emerge na is Vietnam. Eastern Europe, ang dami na rin diyan. And
Okay.
then in Africa, yes. And then in Africa, yes, Nigeria. Part
Oh.
na rin siya. Malaysia is really has been competing already against the Philippines when it comes to uh, the top BPO hub, no?
What about the challenges naman, Jay? Kasi global competition, that will always be an ongoing process, no?
Mm-mm.
Especially nowadays. But what about when it comes to challenges and stress? Anong pinagkaiba?
Mas stressful before. Before
How?
kasi challenges include long hours, like what I shared kanina, no? Me, it's a choice, it's my choice naman, ano? But then again, if I didn't choose to stay longer hours, I wouldn't be able to expose myself in the role. Hence, I wouldn't be able to get the position, the higher position, ano? And then repetitive task is also a challenge before because again, konti lang ang options before, eh. Customer service, technical support, data entry. Yun lang. Customer service,
Mm.
technical support, data entry. Dahil if you customer service ka, paulit-ulit lang ang concern. What's my bill? What's my balance? I got overcharged. Yun lang. Technical support ka, my phone is not working, my TV is not working, my computer is not working. Yun lang lagi. Alright? Data entry, mag-entry ka lang dyan ng mga orders, that's it. Alright? So, there's repetitive task and you can easily become an expert in what you do. If you're already an expert, ang galing-galing mo ng agent, di ba? Dapat pwede ka na maging ma-promote niyan. However, expertise on the job or off the job is not the sole qualification for you to get promoted. All right? So there's already
Mm.
a stagnant issue before then, unchallenged then. Yun.
Correct.
Yun. So yun
And
yung
I
mga
kind of
stressful
agree to that.
challenges. I'm sorry, what?
Mm. I can agree to that naman. Kaya
Mm-mm.
nga 'di ba nagkakaroon tayo ng attrition. Now, what is attrition rate naman in BPO companies nowadays?
Attrition for those that don't know, ano, attrition rate in BPO companies. So attrition is the rate of employees leaving the company or leaving that specific program because we also have this what we call positive attrition and negative attrition.
Hmm.
Negative attrition, ang tawag diyan, we call negative attrition if the company totally left the company. Okay, through resignation, voluntary or involuntary resignation. Positive attrition is if an employee naman ay they left the program or the account and got transferred to a different department. Attrition pa rin siya because nawalan ng tao yung department na ito. Is a positive one because nalipat naman siya sa different department within the same company.
Basta nabawasan ng headcount, that's already an attrition. However,
Yes.
it's
Mm,
always being identified into two different
mm,
types of attrition. Okay, that
correct.
makes sense.
Mm,
Gano'n pala
yun.
'yun. Because
And
I always have this
mm,
idea in the back of my mind na when we say
mm,
attrition, it's really a bad thing. Hindi pala.
um, Yes, that is correct. Hindi all the time. But attrition kasi is one of the KPIs ng mga executives. Number one, it tells the story of employee satisfaction. And second
Mm.
is it also it paints a picture of their ROI.
Mm.
Yang ang stressful din kasi ngayon, at the reason why I think you brought it up is because attrition was, is, and has always been the problem of BPO companies. More so now. Before nga konti lang ang BPO companies, mataas na yung attrition eh. Ngayon, sobrang bawat kanto sa Manila ay may BPO company na, mas lalong problematic ang attrition ngayon talaga.
Ay, okay.
Mm.
Pero ba't gano'n 'no? Hindi
Mm.
siya nag-improve in a way na bumaba over time?
Because the talent, number one is because, again, options. More options
Hmm.
ngayon para ng mga empleyado. And second is, I'm not saying this to degrade the new talents in the BPO industry, no, but the talents have really changed over the past 10 years. Most especially in Manila, it's become more saturated. I might probably have to blame it on the training ground of the new talents. They are hilaw. They have not undergone rigid and serious training talaga. Um, Training has become a yes, a black and white already. Na if you did not do this, tanggal ka na. If you failed, tanggal ka na. Before kasi, when you failed, you will really undergo a super strict and serious training talaga. And then you will try again. Hence the outlier management program that we had before. Right? Ang outlier management or developmental programs before na pag bumagsak ka sa ganitong KPI o sa ganitong aspect ng ginagawa mo, you will be placed in this program wherein you will layout namin sa'yo yung, okay, week 1 itong gagawin mo, week 2 ganitong gagawin natin, and then week 3 magka-partner ka kay ganito, week 4 ganitong gagawin mo, and then week 5, eto magiging scores mo. Ganun ka-comprehensive ang developmental plans before. I know because I led that developmental plans in my company
Mm.
before. Gano'n siya. But now
I
kasi
see.
wala ng gano'ng developmental plans, and most often than not, employees feel that they are being booted out, that they are being managed out already because they're not performing. Because those feelings are valid because they do not feel the support from the management. Walang ganong klaseng developmental plans that are being laid out for these people who need help. So, ang tendency is they will just leave. Hence attrition, right?
Iyon, this also leads us to work culture, right?
Mm.
There's a lot of BPO companies that values this and that, but what are those this and that naman?
Ang work culture, siguro ako lang 'to, pero I like the work culture before,
Hmm.
of the employees ha, because again, before kasi when we were really in it to make it, right?
Mm.
Compared to now, they're just in it just to get by,
Okay,
okay?
oo.
However, ang corporate culture naman before, ang structure is they are not they didn't focus on employee well-being,
Hmm.
right? They will just deliver instruction, they will just deliver memorandum, it shall happen, period.
And compliant
Ganun.
din naman.
And since we're in it to make it, we're compliant, right? Masunurin kami, right? Because we're there to really make it, and we have ambitions before right? I
Yun
mean,
din.
ambitions to really move up and earn as much as we can, ano? Majority of the people I've worked with um was like that. Ngayon kasi is what I love about the work culture now. They are already prioritizing employee engagement, mental health
Hmm.
programs, and collaborative work culture. In fact, parang every month, like in my previous program before, um, As in everyday ako nagpapa-R&R. Meron akong
Mm.
weekly giveaways. As in fact, yung mga isa sa mga incentives ko before is nag-grocery kami. Nagtayo ako ng parang cabinet sa production floor. Doon ko in-store yung mga Minola oil, yung mga stick o pancit canton, spaghetti sauce, right? And then, parang every 2 hours, nagpaparoleta kami ng mga may benta na. And then, yun yung pinapa-giveaway namin. Yung mga ganong klaseng activities that promote employee engagement and positive culture na ngayon. Which before, walang ganon eh. And those are our topic for today's episode. Our hot topic for today's episode is BPO then versus BPO now. My only final thoughts for this episode is BPO now is better for long-term growth. There's innovation, there's career advancement. However, BPO then was ideal for stability and with simpler demands. The better era depends on an individual's goals and readiness to adapt. Kaya nga naman for me, the evolution and revolution in the BPO industry is going to continue in many years to come. Like what we mentioned kanina, no? We are forecasting $40 billion of revenue that are going to be generated by the BPO in the Philippines alone. Imagine that the immense amount of opportunities in the Philippines, the BPO industry, Philippines are going to produce. So my final thought is to really keep on evolving yourself and do not forget to also focus on your health and well-being, because you cannot function well, you cannot be productive, and you cannot really deliver if you are unhealthy. And please prepare for a very demanding and hectic opportunities and demands din sa BPO industry sa Pilipinas.
Correct. And for me naman, the BPO workforce resilience has proven its strength by adapting to technological shifts, no? Economic challenges and evolving job demands. So patuloy lang tayo dumadaloy dun sa ating alon, no? Fast changing kasi ang global landscape. So there's a lot of opportunities out there. It's just a matter of how you start your journey to it. To those who are listening to us, we want to hear from you. What did you learn from our episode today? Drop your thoughts in the comment section below. Tag us din sa mga trending memes ninyo. We're on YouTube, Spotify, Amazon Music, Apple Podcast, Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram.
Agree, Yana Grande. Let's interact on our social media accounts. And for those who are exploring opportunities in the BPO industry, work from home or on-site, join our Discord group. We post exclusive job ads every Monday. Lastly, check our bio and join our growing community.
And bye everyone! Kita-kits
Bye!
ulit!
Bye-bye, bye-bye, bye-bye! Bye, everybody.
And that wraps up another episode of the BPO Break Room. Salamat sa pagsama sa amin today.
We hope you enjoyed the kwentuhan and learned something new. Don't forget, laugh, learn, and level up.
And follow us on Spotify, YouTube, Facebook, and TikTok for exciting updates, tips, and more chikahan.
Give us a thumbs up and share this with your workmates. Baka ito na ang break time inspiration nila. Until next time, stay awesome, stay productive, and always take time to recharge. Kita-kits ulit dito sa The BPO Break Room.